Hi, I'm Kate Warren, Director of Global Recruitment Services at DevX, and welcome to my Career Matters video blog. So this week, a member tweeted me a question. Angie Cole asked, should job searchers try contacting a manager or supervisor of a position via LinkedIn or DevX? Some say yes, but is it too forward? So this is a great question, and I too have heard conflicting advice on what to do in this scenario, and I've seen it play out both ways in real life. I've seen cases where applicants are not shortlisted by the recruitment team, but then they meet the hiring manager, hit it off, and get the job. I've also seen cases where applicants contact the hiring manager directly and really annoy them, and it just hurts their chances of getting considered further for the position. So here are some reasons why you shouldn't contact the hiring manager. Again, some hiring managers just get annoyed if approached directly by candidates. One of the reasons they have the recruitment team is because they don't have the time to screen resumes themselves. So they might see you contacting them directly as not really respecting their time, or maybe not respecting the rules and procedures, which isn't necessarily a good trait in a potential hire. And some of them are, a little less hostile, but they'll just direct you right back to recruitment, so it won't necessarily help you with them. And if they direct you right back to the recruitment team, oftentimes they just forward your message. It could actually kind of sour your relationship with that recruitment team, and you really want them on your side. They could see it as you not respecting their role in the process or their judgment. Again, maybe not respecting those rules and procedures, and might feel like you've stepped kind of over their heads. So it's really not going to win you advocates on the recruitment team, which you certainly want in the hiring process. But given that, here are a few reasons why I think you should go ahead and do it anyway, particularly if this is your dream job and something you really want. If a hiring manager is annoyed that you reached out and contacted them, it's likely because you just really weren't a fit for the position anyway. If you were a strong fit, they're probably not going to get annoyed. So you only really risk annoying the people that you probably wouldn't have gotten the job anyway. So you're kind of not going to be any worse off. Recruiters can overlook candidates for many reasons, sometimes because they just lack the subject matter expertise to truly understand what the hiring manager is looking for. Sometimes the hiring managers really just don't communicate well what it is they're looking for. They say, well, I'll know it when I see it, and that can be often hard for a recruiter to judge based looking at a resume. Sometimes they're overworked and have many positions that they're trying to juggle, and just human error can happen. So if this really is your dream job, you don't want to risk one of those things happening. And if you frame it correctly, reaching out to a hiring manager can really show your initiative, your strong interest in the role, and can really help you stand out. So if you do decide to go this route, here are a few pointers for reaching out to a hiring manager. Much like the advice I gave recently to someone who asked about reaching out for an informational interview, I suggest always using email. Cold phone calls are rarely well received and can come across as a little too aggressive. So really try to send a message. If you're using a messaging platform like DevX, LinkedIn, that's fine. But really try to avoid a phone call. Make sure you've applied via the formal recruitment process first. Most organizations can only consider applicants if they've applied formally, and be it for reporting or compliance reasons. So going around this, again, could show that you can lack respect or ability to follow the standard rules and procedures, and will just slow down the process. So, apply first and then reach out. Don't mention that you've applied but you haven't heard back from HR. A couple of reasons. Oftentimes these messages get forwarded right back to the recruitment team, and so if they see that, see if maybe you're trying to throw them under the bus, again, you're not going to win many advocates there by doing so. Or secondly, it can actually be a red flag to a hiring manager. So, okay, well, why hasn't the recruitment team shortlisted them yet? What's wrong with this person? So refrain from saying so. Do mention that you have applied and that you realize that contacting them is kind of outside the normal recruitment process, but that you just really wanted to reiterate your interest in this role. And maybe working for them specifically. Explain why you want to work for them. Look at their bio. Reference some things from their experience, and much like when you're trying to get an informational interview, a little flattery can go a long way. So definitely mention that. But keep it very short and succinct. You only increase your chances of annoying the hiring manager if you write a very long, lengthy email. Again, they often do not have time to go through these. That's why they have a recruitment team there. So keep it very short, maybe focus on the top 3 reasons why you think you're a right fit for the role. Attach your CV so they can look at it if they're compelled to, but definitely keep it short. If you do have someone who can introduce you, that's always preferable, or if not, at least be able to name drop. But first clear it with that person. Make sure they said it's okay, because it'll only hurt you even more if you name drop and it turns out that they never even recommended that you reach out to that person. If you can be contacting a hiring manager can be a little bit of a gamble. Like I said, some people can receive it well, others not so, but if it's a job they really want and you frame it correctly, I think it can pay off in the end. So I would advise taking the risk and doing so with a few of the pointers above. If any of you have experience contacting hiring managers directly and either negative or positive outcomes, please leave them as comments below. And if you have any questions about managing your career in international development, please tweet me at DevEx Careers.